The Best Hawaii, presented by American Savings Bank and Hawaiian Telecom.
Everybody asks, like, how did you get the name Rainbow Drive?
Hi, Jasper.
Hi.
Gosh, I've known you from before Ella was born. So how old is she now?
6.
Ah, yay. All right, well, tell me a little bit about the beginning of art for you. When did you first start creating?
Well, since I was a kid. Yeah, since I was little, I would draw all the time. I just didn't know what I was going to do with that, but that was one of my sort of like great loves as a child was just drawing and watching cartoons and reading comics. So those all tied together. And so I would just draw my own comics. Also, like I read like a lot of manga, like Dragon Ball especially was a huge influence when I was a child. Like I watched lots of Dragon Ball, like over and over again. Yeah, just like way too much. And also anything that was Hanna-Barbera. So anything from the Jetsons to the Flintstones to Scooby-Doo, etc. Like I would engorge myself in watching those cartoons every Saturday. Like Saturday morning cartoons was a thing for me. Like every morning you wake up,
in front of the TV.
watch whatever was on. Like I didn't even know what was on. Like you just like whatever they would play, I would just watch it through until they stopped.
So how did your parents like nurture your artistic design and education?
They just let me do it. You know, like when I was a kid, if I just want to sit at home and draw, then they'll just let me do that. It wasn't like, hey, you should also go and play basketball or baseball or go outside. It's like if I wanted to sit for hours drawing in the corner of the house, then they would let me do it. I went to Lewis and Clark College because my high school counselors told me that it was a good school for the arts. But I quickly learned that it wasn't. And so I transferred myself to an art college in San Francisco. At the time, it was called California College of the Arts and Crafts. And then when I was in school, they removed the crafts part of it. So it just became California College of the Arts. And I didn't know at the time that there was art colleges existed. Because I went to Kalani High School. So we had arts classes, but I didn't like have enough guidance. And so I kind of figured out a lot of stuff on my own. Shortly after graduating, I moved to Hong Kong. And I lived in Hong Kong for about 4 years. And when I was there, I would cold email, cold call, try to meet different people that like worked in different factories and different sort of, or agents for like different manufacturers. So I met people that worked on like, you know, Ralph Lauren, Coach, Steve Madden, all these kind of brands. And I kind of got like a better idea of like how it worked. But when I was there, I still wanted to show my artwork in galleries because I was doing a lot of that in the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, like at that time, it was like full of artists. And I would do like lots of group shows and just exhibitions with friends. I took my work to different galleries and I kept getting rejected by pretty much like every gallery I took it to. They told me that I was the wrong kind of Chinese. That was kind of like the general sort of response. And what they mean by that is that I wasn't mainland Chinese. Like I wasn't from China, I was from America. I was American Chinese. And at that time, being mainland Chinese art was a hot commodity. Like for collectors, it was like a good investment. You know, and you also have to think that in Hong Kong is a very like finance-based city. So everything's about money. Like so a lot of people would buy work to then hold on to it and hopefully resell it for a profit.
As an investment.
And it kind of like worked like sort of like that wine investment industry, right? You buy wine, and you hold on to it, hopefully to like resell it later for a profit. But it kind of like defeats the purpose of wine. Like the people that make wine don't make it for that purpose.
Right.
You know, like people that make art don't make it for that purpose.
They want.
So as a reaction to that, I opened my own gallery. So there was this restaurant, this space that was abandoned for about 10 years. And just paint the walls white, put in some doors and windows, and you have a gallery. And because it was abandoned for so long, like rent was cheap. So there was more freedom to sort of like do what we wanted. We were the only ones doing a gallery that was bringing in artists outside of what everyone else was doing. And we were the only gallery that was supporting a lot of local Hong Kong artists too. So when we did openings, like it was always a full house. And you know that everyone that was there because they wanted to be there, that they went out of their way to trek to our gallery to be there. And so the very first show that we did in that space was the very first Pow Wow in Hong Kong. That was 2010. And the name came from comic books. So Pow, like being a punch in the face. Like when Batman would punch Joker, you know, it's like Pow, like the old Adam West cartoons or TV shows. And then Wow was a reaction to that. What's the reaction that you would have to art? But Pow Wow Together is a Native American term of a gathering to celebrate their culture, music, and art. So we felt like, oh, and also Pow Wow used within the English vernacular is a get together. So we thought it was perfect because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring people together through art.